How's it going, Jeff?
What's up, Jordan?
Today, I'm going to show off Ghostbusters.
It sounded like you said, "Oh, fuck yeah!"
I said Ghostbusters. This is Ghostbusters on the NES.
Why do you love ghosts?
Yeah, this game is actually not very good.
Yeah,
but as
the music's good.
We'll get used to it. This is the only song that plays the entire time. But I used to play this game all the time as a kid, and I loved it, and it was not that good. But I didn't care because back then I just got a game with characters that I liked, and then I played it. Yeah.
So is this the whole game right here? You're driving in the Ghostmobile?
No, so you take the Ecto-1 to the buildings that you pick on that map screen we just saw.
Oh, so this is almost like a little mini game.
Kind of, but since it's such a huge part of the game, it's actually the game.
Oh.
Unfortunately. But, okay. So when people grow up, they usually have things that they like a lot. Now, in my era, it was Transformers, it was Thundercats.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And see, I loved all those, but my jam, my thing was always Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, see, Ghostbusters, I like Ghostbusters, but I had a little Ecto-1 play car. That was really it. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that was your thing? That was my boo.
Yeah, see, I loved Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we're going to make these videos right now talking about Ghostbusters and Ghostbuster memories. Because unfortunately, as you all know, Mr. Harold Ramis, Egon, he passed on to the afterlife.
Yeah, maybe he's busting.
He's busting in the afterlife.
In the afterlife.
So I just went to the shop here. Don't mean to move on so quick, but I just went to the shop here to get a capture beam and some ghost food for later. I probably don't need ghost food right now, but I am going to get a capture trap. And
so, do you have to get these things before every mission?
No, so the traps you have to empty after every mission, but the capture beam you just need one of them. But the hyper beam goes higher, so I should have got that. The ghost food doesn't matter right now. I don't know what I'm getting that for, but I'm gonna need it later, so I'm just getting it out of the way.
So what's the purpose of the game? What's like the basis?
It follows the movie, kind of. So you go bust ghosts and buildings, and then you go to the Zool building in the middle, which is dumb because Zool is the name of one of the dogs. It's Gozer that you're supposed to be fighting at the end of Ghostbusters. But anyway, you go fight in the Zool building, and you defeat Gozer, and you bust Gozer, and you're done. You beat the game.
You bust his ghost balls.
Yeah, you bust ghost balls. Anyway, so now that I'm set, I look for the flashing buildings, and then I enter them.
So the flashing building means there's ghosts.
There's a ghost there. So now I gotta drive to the flashing buildings. But if you look on the bottom there, I'm almost at E. Yeah, you have gas.
Oh.
You remember that in Ghostbusters? Remember that part?
Yeah, I totally remember that part. You had to stop off at Conoco and fill up.
Yeah, so the Ghostbusters, they're just like every other person out there, and they push their car when they run out of gas.
Oh.
You know?
Okay.
Now, there's a gas station you can go to fill up, but why waste your time going to the gas station to fill up when the Ghostbusters will push you to the gas station if you run out of gas on the road?
This is nonsense.
This is a game. This is what they were like back. And okay, again, the game wasn't very good, but as a kid, I loved it. I was all about Ghostbusters. I really was.
So you have to go on.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah. Now I gotta go back to a building with a ghost. Absolutely.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What? What was that you picked up? Oh,
that was gas.
That's okay.
So I could just find gas.
Just find a line on the road.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. But again, I grew up with Ghostbusters. As kids, me and my brothers and sisters would play Ghostbusters all the time, both in the video game and IRL.
Which character did you play?
I would always play as Peter Venkman. My little brother was Ray Stantz, and my older brother was Egon Spengler. We didn't have a third brother, otherwise somebody would have been Winston Zedmore. But my sister, we'd always tell her she had to be Winston, but she didn't want to be. She wanted to be Janine. So what she would do is, we'd go to her, she'd tell us where the ghosts are, we'd go bust the ghost.
Oh.
That's how it would happen.
Man, you back in the day, man, you had some fun.
Yeah, we did. And back in the day, we didn't have money growing up, so what we would use for our proton packs, traps, PKE meter, all that stuff, what we'd use is my stepdad's beer boxes. His empty beer boxes. He'd get wasted, give us the beer boxes.
There, go have fun.
Yeah, go have fun, kids. Play some Ghostbusters.
So you busted them there.
I did.
I remember
I busted them and it made me feel good.
Yeah. The classic Ghostbusters green uniform.
You need an empty trap. Oh, right. So I got to go back to the headquarters now and empty my trap.
Okay, so what's the...
I gotta bust as much ghosts as possible.
Okay. How do you get to the Zool building?
Eventually, the Zool building will open up. It'll say, "Go to the Zool building."
So you just gotta play.
Yeah, you gotta play until that happens.
God, what happens if you hit a car?
I lose money because I gotta pay if they hit me.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
So this is
America.
This is a game about traffic.
Traffic.
And
gas.
Occasionally.
Yes.
Busting a ghost.
Occasionally busting a ghost.
Sweet. Follows the movie directly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
But again, so we used to always look up to the Ghostbusters and Ray Stantz smoked cigarettes.
Oh.
So we would always pretend that they smoked cigarettes.
That's good.
We'd really look up to them. There's a scene in part 1 where Ray sees a ghost, and I think the librarian, and he has a cigarette in his mouth, and he opens his mouth, and a cigarette falls out but sticks to his lip.
I remember,
yeah. So we would do that. We would imitate that all the time. We thought that was so cool. So we'd always make things stick to our lip, pretend it was a cigarette.
Funny story. See, you imitated it because you're like, yeah, I want to be like him.
Yeah.
I, as a kid, was actually smoking like super young.
Oh yeah, so, you're cool.
And I saw the exact same thing, and I remember thinking that can't happen. So I did it in front of my friends.
Yeah.
And they thought it was pretty cool.
They thought you were you were legit.
The toast of the town.
Yeah. Well. Ghostbusters was a huge part of my childhood. My sister sent me a text when Harold Ramis passed, and she said, in a weird way, it feels like part of our childhood died.
Yeah.
And she's absolutely right, because it wasn't just Harold Ramis, dying. It was. He did Caddyshack. He did all these good movies that we liked so much growing up. He wrote a bunch of stuff, but Egon, one of the Ghostbusters, died.
Gone.
And that's crazy to me. I mean, one of the Ninja Turtles can never die, but one of the Ghostbusters died, and now part 3.
Well, when they made the game for what was it, 360, and they had they all wrote it and blah blah blah, and they said this is essentially Ghostbusters 3, what they want it to be. But now they can never truly make like 3, the movie.
Unless they get other actors. Which,
but
they're all getting kind of old, so technically that wouldn't be too out of the question to just get completely different actors.
But they could do Ghostbusters the later years. They get old. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's always exciting, busting ghosts and drinking prune juice. What other wearing Depends. What other old person trait can we think of? Walkers?
Yeah, in walkers and wheelchairs. And instead of ghost traps, they throw their dentures.
Speaking of ghost traps, we didn't have any of those. So we take our walkie-talkies. Yeah, we had walkie-talkies, and we tie my sister's jump ropes to the antenna, and we throw those out. We ruined her walkie-talkies for the sake of ghost busting. It was worth it.
So what's this energy?
I don't know.
Okay. What happened?
We crossed the streams. I think.
This is.
What do you want? This is Ghostbusters, man.
Go to the Zool building.
It won't let me. I gotta drive. I'm gonna run out of gas though. So I would play this for hours, man. Hours.
Maybe it's because the time's now, but looking back, I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I had quite the imagination, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, you know what? Tell you what, Jeff. Let's move on to a more exciting Ghostbusters game. Let's move on to the Genesis version, which I also happen to have. So we'll be right back with that. Okay, so this one might be a little bit better. I mean, they did get better as the years went on.
I can see it's a bit better already.
They've got all the Ghostbusters except for Winston.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
Because Winston came in later during the first movie, but not late enough to where you can just forget about him.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
And obviously, what?
Yeah. All right, so let's get into this one.
All right, this has got to be better.
All right, so I'm gonna pick Egon because
of course.
Yeah, I gotta pick Egon. And again, I was always Peter growing up.
Look at him.
I always pretended I was Peter. So.
No, Egon.
But this one's a lot better. So they have cutscenes, they have dialogue, they all talk about going to get ghosts.
They've got some big fucking heads.
They got big heads, Ghostbusters through and through.
Does this follow the story of like Ghostbusters 2 or
no? So they all loosely follow Ghostbusters 1, but they still made them 1980s and 1990s video games.
Okay.
So here's the map screen in this one. You can choose which one to go to. You've got the sweet home, you've got the apartment, you've got Woody House, you've got a high-rise building, and eventually you go back to that castle thing in the background to fight the end boss. We're just gonna go into the home real quick because that's the first mission, and you get money by busting ghosts.
Got it.
Okay, so let's go into there. See how easy the drive was? No running out of gas this time.
Pushing.
Yeah.
The tables move themselves, and shelves, I'm afraid I can't.
Sleep at night. Begging you. Alright.
About worry leave. Ghostbusters!
Alright, Ghostbusters, let's go.
Alright,
home sweet.
Ghost.
First case, home
What's
sweet
middle
home.
ghost mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't play this one as much as I did the NES one, because I had an NES most of my growing up life. I just used the bomb, I wasn't supposed to. Anyway, I'm supposed to get back to the exit when I'm done busting these ghosts. So let's go bust some ghosts. But this one plays like an actual video game.
Ah, I see. Yeah, this looks a lot better.
Yes, it does.
Now, why are you only playing as one of the Busters?
Well, you know, it's a single-player game. Controlling all of them at the same time might be a little weird, but I can pick whoever I want to go in, so... But they have platforming elements, they have ghosts, they have, scary things like chandeliers.
This chick's house is freaking huge.
Yes. Yes, it is. It was the 80s. This is how people lived back then.
No.
You ever see Scarface? They live they live lavishly. Sometimes they're haunted, but they live lavishly.
So,
all right.
So what's the story in this one?
It's Ghostbusters, man. You go bust ghosts. There's not much else to say about it. But
there's Slimer.
Yes, there's Slimer. So speaking of Slimer, remember Ecto Cooler?
No.
Ecto Cooler was a drink made by High C. You could drink Ecto Cooler. It had Slimer on the front. It was green.
No, that's
yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Oh, you got boned.
Yeah. No, I'm the one getting busted. So yeah, growing up liking the Ghostbusters. One time in particular, I remember.
So that cup,
the cups, they take forever to
Jesus Christ.
But one time growing up as a kid, we decided to go to the park. It was at nighttime. We were super young. We don't usually go to the park at night, but my stepdad wanted to go with us. And remember, he supplied us with the proton packs, the empty beer boxes.
Yeah.
So we go to this park.
GBHQ.
We go to this park at night, and we're obviously being annoying. We'll have our beer packs on. We have pieces of vacuums for the rest of our proton packs. And he tells us, hey, there's a ghost over there in the playground. You can tell because the merry-go-round's spinning on its own. That's a ghost. And it was the wind. But at that age, I literally thought it was a ghost in the playground. So we went to go bust it, and I was scared. I was terrified. I'm like, I wanted this. This is what I wanted, and here I am. and now I'm terrified.
I don't want it anymore. I don't want to encounter.
Yeah. So this is the ghost boss.
Okay. Wow. Holy shit.
You remember this in the movie?
Yeah. No. This is fucking intense, dude.
Yeah. I just died.
I turned into a little mummy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's my little Ghostbuster story for you.
See, I don't really have any really cool Ghostbuster stories.
No?
Yeah, no, not really.
Well, did you like the movies at all?
Oh yeah, I love the movies, but...
So, just like, okay, same with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, same with the Ghostbusters. I liked, growing up anyway, I liked Part 2 more than I liked Part 1 of Ghostbusters, of Ninja Turtles, of Blues Brothers. I like Part 2 better than Part 1, but now watching them, Part 1 on all three of those cases, Part 1's just much better.
Yeah.
But, you appreciate them now older than I did as a kid, because, the Part 2 was, catered more towards everybody. And they've already made an established brand out of the license, so I don't think I'm going to beat this guy.
Yeah, dude, you're fighting a pissed off, hungry... utensil box.
I think it's a Chihuahua.
Oh. Oh, look at Turbo. You gotta hit him in the head.
Yeah, I think so.
Can you climb up that ladder?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh shit.
You ever see anything like this before, Jeff?
No, I haven't.
Son of a. Ah. I just got. Yeah.
What?
And they make you start again.
Completely over?
Yeah, but you can go to the item shop, like you just saw there, and at the item shop you can push trigger to exit. So I can go to an item shop, weapon shop, buy stuff to help me further my progress. So it still has that going for it, which they never had in the movies. They made the stuff themselves. But, yeah, just there's a quick show-off of 2 Ghostbusters games. Again, a huge part of my childhood. I really appreciate Ghostbusters. I grew up with them, Teenage Mutant Ninja, a little bit of Power Rangers. Of course, I like G.I. Joe Transformers and Thundercats as well. But
I didn't like G.I. Joe. Transformers, yeah, but G.I. Joe I didn't give a crap about.
Yeah, so my childhood was Ghostbusters, and I miss them. You know?
Yeah.
And, maybe we'll come back and we'll do the newer ones, Sanctum of Slime and Ghostbusters on the newer consoles. But for now, so, Jeff, what do you think of the old Ghostbuster games?
The first one is...
hot garbage?
Oh, man, it's a pile of crap. But the second one, this one's intense. This seems pretty intense. A lot more dynamic and stuff like that.
Well, okay, so like when I worked at a game store, moms and parents would come in all the time. They go, "What does my 8-year-old daughter want?" I don't.
Ghostbusters.
I've never been an 8-year-old daughter. I don't know. But what I would tell them every single time is, first of all, listen to your kids. They'll tell you what they want. But the second is, buy them a game with a character that they really like.
Yeah.
Because I know at that age, as long as I got a character I like, Ghostbusters, yeah, I'll play that. I play it all the time.
He was dancing.
Yeah, he was doing his thing. So, I'm going to probably play this a little more, but we'll sign out right here. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for more, and, what is your favorite Ghostbuster memory? What do you like? Do you like Ghostbusters? What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite game? Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Would you like another one? Is that even a thing, or should we just leave well enough alone?
Look at him.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Alright, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Show Off.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.